1600.
531. This is advised. I'm going to go with 534.
Copy. 1600.
There's a lady sneaking up on you. It takes a little bit, so I keep refreshing.
Yeah, I'm doing YouTube and same thing.
The delay has been really bad lately.
Copy. 63. You can take that.
63 clear. Thank you.
There it is.
You take me on 5.
Okay. You know what?
There's a lady sneaking up on you. Alright, we're live. But we have to wait till somebody's watching.
No YouTube yet.
YouTube just has too many potty mouths on it.
534, that's 24. Good catch, Future Sergeant.
No, that's before we even started moving, I think. Yeah. Oh, that's you.
Oh,
No, it's me. It's both of us.
Forgot about that.
All right, you backseaters. We are live on patrol today. It is about 61 degrees, and at least that's what it says. I think that's because we were in the garage.
yeah,
I think
exactly. A little false reading there.
It's in the 50s probably. What do you think? 50s, 40s?
46 degrees.
46 degrees, and you are with Under Sheriff Mike Martin and Director Steve Leiden from the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office, and we are live on patrol in the city of St. Paul. Right now, we are just leaving the law enforcement center. Hopefully, our mount here will keep holding the phone. It's a little bit broken, but I think we got it ready to go.
Copy. 1600.
I don't like people honking at me when I'm waiting to yield to the traffic coming the other way. It's not nice. So we are on University Avenue. We are westbound at Olive, and it's been a busy morning, even though it's been kind of drizzling and raining all day. The CAT team's been out working hard, tracking down stolen vehicles and following some of our most prolific career offenders and looking for stolen cars. So they are really have been working hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it. That's absolutely.
Well, they've been real busy. The last 4 weeks, there's just been several individuals committing a lot of crimes, whether it's stealing cars, theft from auto, and it's really been good that the CAT team's been able to work the cases, figure out who it is, track them down, arrest them. It's It's a
Yeah.
great team, great effort between the intelligence unit, the CAT unit, the gun unit. They work really together in tandem, and they've been busy as heck and writing a lot of reports on the people they've been arresting and booking for theft from auto, credit card fraud, possession of stolen property.
And a lot of what they're doing over the past few weeks is working with other agencies.
Yeah.
It's actually multi-jurisdictional crimes.
Yeah, it's really nice. The CAT detectives and the gun detectives have developed great working relationships with other law enforcement agencies, and they call each other. They depend on each other. The other officers and the other agencies are really good at what they do. They know their area. They know the people. They work with our guys who can help identify from some video and pictures they have, or we'll recognize the MO and we'll work with them and be able to coordinate, identify, and figure out where they are and making the arrest as safe as possible.
We are westbound on University. We're behind the state capitol. Speaking of the state capitol, did you see the video on fraud in Minnesota that was on KSTP?
Yeah, I didn't see it last night, but I got up early this morning and I was looking at their webpage. The video is on their webpage called Fraud, and it was an amazing, well put together kind of chronological order of multiple fraud scams that have hit Minnesota, and how you should go watch it. It's an educational, and it really educates you as to they do a good job citing the fraud, citing what caused the fraud, what has or hasn't been done to try to prevent fraud in the future. If you live in Minnesota, you owe it to yourself to watch that special.
Oh, I agree. It was interesting. A lot of it's stuff that we're aware of because of the work we do, and but most people probably aren't aware of how bad the fraud is. And the sad part is these are, this is more than $1 billion of money that was supposed to be going to people who needed it, people who are disabled, people who are homeless or unsheltered, and instead the money was being fleeced by greedy people and used for their own benefit, buying fancy cars and property and taking lavish trips. And yeah, it's sad to see how much of that has gone on, and the fact that a lot of it was apparent back in the early, in 2013,
2013.
yeah. But nothing was done about it.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna pull this car over. She jumped the light, and
to get in front of you.
yeah, which I'm gonna wait till a safer place to do it. But King George Charles 245.
I'm at Kansas Austin with a Kia with no door handles. Look at it.
New message. New message. New message.
360 and 378. The caller at 1001 Johnson Parkway. Caller was sitting in a vehicle with her husband. Two females approached and asked him for money, and the caller refused, and they opened the car door and took her husband's gold ring. 5 to 6 minute time delay. one of the females was a Hispanic female, darker skin. She's wearing a white shirt, black pants, black skin running on foot.
What's up? 378 copy. 3
3 and 3.
She said it's her car. Is she valid?
Nicole is waiting in their vehicle on a door key in the red Honda.
I don't think. What's the plate?
King George Charlie 245. King George Charlie 245.
All right. For some reason it didn't come back right.
New message.
As long as she's valid, I'm gonna let her go.
4770 Tango.
Huh.
You can show me available.
Yeah, it's giving some weird information.
New message. New message. New message.
All right, it finally came back. I don't know what the heck was going on.
Did it come up then?
Yeah.
All right. She good?
I'm just gonna give it back.
So after running her license is valid. Mike
know why.
explained the situation, but it didn't come up right away on the computer like it usually does. It really had a delay to it.
And it was weird what
Yeah.
came up. So I don't know if there's a problem at the state, but she has to pee really bad. She said that's why she was in a hurry.
Well, she was wiggling pretty hard in there at the lakeside. I think she's either getting the Academy Award or she was telling us the truth. And she
I think
seemed
she
really
was
nice.
telling us the truth. Yeah, she was super nice. So she's got a valid license.
3 and 3.
Oh. I think I should turn the lights off. Yeah, she was super nice. So,
You know, it seems the older I get, the more I can sympathize and have learned to recognize that depending on your age, you may need to get to a bathroom a little sooner or more frequent than when you were younger.
yeah, she wasn't that old, but she definitely looked like she had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, right now we're driving towards Mama's Pizza on Rice Street, and let me tell you, Tony, I think his grandma started it. His mom definitely ran it. Now Tony has it. Absolutely, hands down, best pizza I've ever had. And
It's good.
his hot dago, his mastacholi.
534.
I don't know about best I've ever had because Lou Malnati's in Chicago.
So I've never eaten there.
It's good. Or Giordano's in Chicago too, but Lou Malnati's is my favorite. But Mama's definitely awesome pizza, but we can't sit down in there anymore.
No, I know. Since the pandemic, all his staff had gone to other places when he started to reopen. And to be honest with you, his takeout business was really picked up, and it hasn't gone down. So he's
Yeah, it seems the business, the takeout and delivery are going strong. So God bless them. But you and we're trying to eat healthier.
absolutely.
So we probably couldn't even go there
Well, if we get a small.
if we get a small. I'm not sure I've ever gotten a small anything in my life.
Yeah, it's being on a better healthy. I had a little health scare a few months ago, and that really has motivated me to stop saying when I get older I'm going to get start working on it. It's like I am older. It's time to start working on these things now. If it's a little late, but I'm working on the weight and eating healthier, and I'm finding different foods I like. I'm finding foods that I absolutely don't like that they say is healthy. And for a while there, I thought if it was healthy, it wouldn't taste good. All the good stuff is bad for you.
Right.
Update for the fight on Laurel.
I am finding
One male
good
has
stuff,
the other on the
and, you know,
ground, and the caller is requesting
I'm going to
medics.
give your wife Ann a shout out. She makes the best protein balls I've ever had.
Oh, yeah, they're awesome, and they top off our lunch.
Yeah, we stopped eating out, and we both bring our lunch every day, and so we're eating healthier that way.
I'm a little worried some of those places are going to go out of business without us eating there. Like,
I did stop in to Tom Reed's last week.
327.
Had to have a meeting, and was welcomed by the bartender and the waitress saying, "We haven't seen you guys. Everything okay?" And
they
like,
they
we're
thought we
trying-
retired.
Yeah, we're trying to eat healthier, guys.
Yeah.
Your food's great, but you can't eat restaurant food. And I'm a single guy, right? So I would
Yeah.
eat out at lunch. I would eat out for my dinner on weekends. I'd go to Cheryl's in Oakdale.
Oh, Cheryl's. Oh, the breakfast food.
Best
there.
breakfast.
Awesome.
Oh my God, great
And
restaurant.
Keys, you know.
And they have a waitress there that I just find so friendly, great sense of humor. Deb,
Yep.
right? She'll take no guff from us. She'll give it right back.
Yeah, we walk in and she's like, "You know what to do.
Yeah.
Go find a table."
And then as we're walking out, you got your radios? Did you forget your radios today?
Yeah.
And she says it loud enough so everybody can hear.
Yeah.
Great restaurant, great people, great food. You know, St. Paul and the suburbs and Ramsey County just has really nice people and nice businesses.
They do. I mean, we always talk about food. I'm not sure why. Is it
Yeah.
because it's like the afternoon and we're getting hungry again? Because I'm not really hungry right now. But
I think we both have this ability. I always thought of as a skill for survival.
yeah,
Anytime, day or night, somebody said, "You want to go get something to eat?" I could do that.
well,
Sure.
there's hunters and gatherers.
Yeah.
And we're both.
That's
We
right.
hunt down a restaurant. We gather the food.
Yeah.
So we got it both.
I mean,
But even though we can't eat it, we still like to talk about it.
yeah, exactly.
Mavericks.
Oh.
Mavericks is another one. The hot roast beef and hot turkey
And the open beef sandwich, the French fries, and then they own Sprinkles, the Dairy
Yes.
Queen of the oldest Dairy Queen that existed in Minnesota, closed, and the owner of Mavericks opened it up, calls it Sprinkles. It's right on Lexington and Larpenteur. Don't forget to go to Mavericks, and don't forget to go to Sprinkles. Great food, great people. Yeah, it's just you can't beat it. There's Casetas, there's Mancini's, my favorite place to go for a steak dinner.
DeGidio's.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah.
My
So-
daughter went to DeGidio's for her friend's birthday the other day, which reminds me, I should give a shout out, Molly, Kelly. Hope you're watching now. Otherwise, you'll probably watch after. I think you and Ann are running around doing something. So, we're north on Jackson here at Arlington. We're right by the McDonough Homes townhome complex. It's public housing.
Named after an old St. Paul mayor that is a far distant relative of the Leiden family.
Oh,
John McDonough.
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think in the mid-50s he pushed for this development.
Huh. Well, it's still in really good shape, actually.
They've done some nice remodeling. They keep it up, and the people that live there do a really nice job of maintaining the property.
Yeah.
You know, and
I think
know,
a couple of our cops are from there,
Yeah,
right? Or
Under Sheriff
grew up
Chanu
here.
Lee.
Is
when-
he from here or Mount Airy? I think McDonough. You're right.
I think he's
you're
McDonough.
right.
'Cause I know he was in when the sheriff was at St. Paul Police Department many years ago, decades ago. He started a Cub Scout troop
Yes. Yeah.
out of here. And he had to go talk to Chanu's dad and let him know what the Cub Scouts were and what they were all about. And then his dad gave the thumbs up and let Chanu, as a young kid, go to that. And he was also in the outreach program with kids when he was like 8. And today he's the undersheriff of our court system.
Yeah, and he is as good a person as you could ever ask for.
Yeah.
And just a great cop, great guy, great family man. Don't tell him I said any of that because I don't want his head to get big or anything. He's in the office next to mine, so I don't want him coming over looking for endorsements.
Yeah, if he does, warn me. I'm down the hall from the two of you. I keep an eye on the nicest man in the sheriff's office, Jim Moody, and the smartest man in the sheriff's office, Kyle Meestead. You monitor Phil and Chanu.
Yeah, and Ashley.
Yep, and
But
Daryl.
Ashley doesn't need monitoring.
No, she understands finance. She's very well educated. She runs a great detention facility. She's on top of her family, the dog, the kids, her husband. She makes me feel inadequate.
Yeah, well, she's that good.
Yeah, she is. She really is.
And she's
And
doing
then
a
Daryl.
great job running the jail.
I can't say anything bad about Daryl, but if I could, I wouldn't, because he's big enough to knock me on my butt. He's a big guy.
He's like a big giant teddy bear, though.
Yeah,
And
he
he's
is.
friendly, but I wouldn't want to upset him.
Yeah, he could be intimidating walking the room because he is a big man, and he exercises well. Great family man, does a wonderful job with the outreach program and the kids. It's an amazing administration that the sheriff has put together. Besides me, the rest of you guys are really good.
Besides us two clowns, the rest of them are pretty professional.
I think their backs hurt from carrying us.
Well, it would hurt weight to carry.
Now wait a minute.
Well, I'm talking about myself.
No, you're right.
Mostly.
I will say one thing. I've lost a pound or two that my vest actually fits a little better now.
Oh, good.
It was getting a little trouble getting some of that Velcro to stick.
Well, you need the coverage, so it's good that less body, more vest.
I didn't wear it a lot, but my much, much, much older sister would call me and yell at me
Oh,
about
no.
not wearing my
Do
vest.
I have to defend her again?
Well, you want to? No, you're on a diet. You can't have another
I
cake.
can't have another cake. Oh, but that chocolate cake was awesome.
Yeah, my sister has my mom's recipe for make chocolate cake from scratch, and my mother was a great cook and a great baker, which is not always what you find in people.
No.
And the neighbors would laugh about it and say, here's a full-blooded Irish woman who can make Italian, Chinese, French, and great baking. And my sister has that same gift. She can bake, she can cook. I give her a hard time, but she is absolutely my favorite sister.
Isn't she your only sister?
Well, that's beside the point.
That helps, right? Okay.
SIP is a
Yeah, I have a favorite sister, too.
Yeah.
So,
6920. Go ahead.
And her husband, I worked with her. Her husband actually got me started in law enforcement. I was in college, wanted to get married, but wasn't making enough money. He worked at Lionel Lake Correction Facility and told me they were hiring. They weren't, so I ended up at Stillwater Prison. They were hiring. Got hired at 20, turned 21 in the academy. It's been a great career. Her husband retired from Oak Park Heights Correctional Facility. He ran the transportation unit. Under Les Hammond, a great guy. He was a lieutenant. Still stay in touch with those people every now and then, and we'll go out and grab something to eat.
is it a bad sign there's been a hearse following us all the way up Jackson and down?
I'm going to have to let them know I'm feeling better. You can go ahead.
I don't know if someone ordered up the hearse for us or What? But it's an old school one, you know, not the new fancy ones or the minivans.
Yeah, those are the ones I like. The Cadillac, and they had that ominous
20 copy. Thank you.
aura when they would drive up. It's just
This time of year too, Halloween. Ooh.
yeah.
Oh, by the way, Toronto Blue Jays
Yes.
last night
106
pulled it off.
December
Beat
Beat the Mariners.
Seattle. They're going to the World Series. My buddy Louis Varland and got in and did his job, short-term reliever, and
North St. Paul kid.
North St. Paul kid, played baseball at Concordia St. Paul, and met his wife Maddie there, and Maddie's parents are friends of ours, and that's how we met Louis. And
I met him out at the state fair.
oh, that's right. Yeah, they came for, wasn't it
A Vulcan event, and
yeah, was it in the winter?
it was fall. It was a little chilly. It was about this time of year.
That's what looking on this.
They came out and did a little promo thing with the royal family and the Vulcans.
Oh, here comes the hearse. They're passing us now, so that's a good sign.
Yeah. They figured out we're healthy, so they don't need to. It's a little car wash.
It does. It's got a lot of leaves stuck to it.
I kind of like those little lanterns they had on the side,
I
kind of
know.
the old school from the horse and buggy days.
So we're northbound on Rice Street. We're in Little Canada on the right and Roseville on the left. Sometimes I get confused where I am.
Little Canada is one of the 6 cities that contracted the sheriff's office to be their primary law enforcement agency. Got a great city council, great city manager. I think we have a really good working relationship with all 6 cities. That used to be one of my favorite places right there, Michael.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Every
yeah.
day, that was my stop. I just love. Hey, I'm a cop. You gotta love donuts.
I know.
My favorite was roasted coconut. Oh,
Oh, really? Ooh, I'm not a big coconut fan.
I love coconut.
Did you see
That's
the
why I
new
was very
Flame
happy.
Burger?
What's that?
The new Flame Burger?
Oh, wow, I
So
hadn't
they
seen
moved
that.
it. It was here
Yeah.
by where the new building is, and then they moved it over. Yeah, it's kind of fancy.
I'll have to check it out. It's a good place to go eat lunch. It's way too busy and a little too crowded for me at bar closing time.
I was gonna say it's. I've heard it's a really good place at like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning.
Yeah, they got good food, but it's packed. It's when people know it's a good place to eat. Right, you drive by, if there's cop cars, it's a good place to eat, and if it's full at bar closing, it's got a good.
Right.
Have I ever told you where I thought the best breakfast sandwiches?
No.
White Castle. For a fast food, best breakfast sandwich, you pull in a White Castle, you get an egg sandwich, real toast, buttered and grilled on the griddle, real egg, real bacon, made right there in front of you. Can't beat it.
Oof. When I first became a cop at Minneapolis,
Yeah.
it was quite a while ago, 35 years ago.
Who was mayor then?
34. Don Frazier
Okay.
was the mayor. And my first off-duty job was at White Castle. And we made $15 an hour
Off duty.
off-duty.
Wow. It's a little bit below what we get now.
And you got paid cash, which was a bonus. But they let us go in the back and cook our own food.
Really?
Yep, and we used to take a big old pile of French fries, and we'd melt cheese over the top of it, and to eat, and then of course burgers.
Yeah.
You know, the normal White Castles.
Get those sliders.
Yeah, and we would sit there and talk, and it was the one on Blaisdell and Lake which I don't think it's there anymore. Pretty sure it's not. But that was the place to go after the bar, and so every night we'd have fights. We'd end up having to fight with people and arrest some people.
That had to be hard fighting after eating all that cheese and French fries and sliders.
Yeah, well, it was, but
You were young.
we were young. So I remember when we got a raise to $18 an hour. Ooh.
Thought you were in Subway.
Oh man, and then it went to 20.
Well, I know that I always was conflicted. It was nice to get the cash, but then at tax time you had to do all the paperwork to document what you had and make sure you got your FICA and all that paid out of the cash.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
So sometimes I was like, sometimes I preferred if they just gave me a check, but I appreciated the cash when I got it until I had to pay taxes.
Exactly. But at the time, so I was explaining this to my kids the other day. When I started at Minneapolis, we made $24,000 a year.
Really?
Yep. And so that's before taxes.
Yeah.
So you needed to work those extra jobs if you...
What year was this? Do you remember?
1990. So when you... 91 was when I was hired as a cop. So in 89, I became a CSO at the airport. And then, but in 91, I started with Minneapolis. But $24,000 a year, if you were married and had one kid, you would qualify for food stamps.
Huh. Wow.
But
Times have changed.
times have changed a little bit.
You used to carry. Did you have a revolver then, or by 90 you guys were probably semi-automatic?
Yeah, I had a Beretta 92 F.
When I started with the state, we carried revolvers. It was 1979,
That number.
and the starting wage was 15,000 and some change,
She hung up on me, but she-
and benefits. And I thought, I have died and gone to heaven.
But the key that I didn't really understand at the time, why is traffic this
From
way
the Barrington. She just said she was at the apartment.
so bad?
You know, I think they heard us talk about how nice Ramsey County is, and they've all come over from Hennepin here. And that's why the traffic's so busy.
Must be.
It has surprised me. You would think traffic going into St. Paul would be less on rush hour, but it's really not. It's busy a lot more than it used to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if there's an accident here.
These two lanes, I think, end up merging
They do.
on the off ramp. So and sometimes you get people that are driving in that middle lane, and then they scoot like the van. The van wants to scoot over and cut in,
Right.
rather than having been in line. And now he recognizes I can't, so I'll keep going. That's a good driver. You know, when you recognize I'm in the wrong lane, I should have been over there, but I'm not going to stop and back up traffic. I'm not arrogant or pompous. I made a mistake, and I'll just have to go around to the next area.
There is an accident or a stop up here, one or the other. We'll see if they need any assistance. So it's the Gawker slowdown here.
Unknown. There is a call for our ESW for the Farrington address.
It's like a trooper.
Yeah, I'm just gonna check and
Yeah.
make sure he or she
Code 4.
doesn't need backup. Might be an accident.
There's two vehicles.
I'll just...
327 code 402.
Copy 141635. Case number is 194271.
Just a minor property damage accident, and we met a new trooper. He looks young.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's old enough to drive, let alone.
Well, I know one thing. He doesn't shave. Not yet.
No, he's
Nice guy,
clean
really nice
shaven
guy.
kid. Yeah,
He's been on
very
the road.
polite.
He's out of the last academy. He's been on the road 3 months. And his name's Chad, which is the same name of my oldest son.
170 Tango.
All right.
En route to the LAC with one adult male, 30 miles, 22.
Yeah, he seemed like a nice young man.
So, I mentioned a little bit earlier that when I met the Twins pitcher from North St. Paul, who's now with the Blue Jays going to the World Series, how exciting. He's got, I think he's played about 4 or 5 years, max. Maybe.
Yeah.
And so in 2004, I became a Vulcan in the St. Paul Winter Carnival, which is a great experience. It's a 5-year commitment. Then you're in the fraternity for life. But you get to represent the city with the royal family, and there's really a close-knit relationship between the royal family and the Vulcans, although our public street activity, the streets are staged, and it's supposed to be us against the royal family. The royal family comes in, freezes the city, likes the ice, and the Vulcans come in and run them out of the city and bring spring. It's the simplistic legend of the Winter Carnival. But my fire king is Tommy Barrett.
Tommy Barrett.
Because of Tommy Barrett and the connections and how involved he got with Winter Carnival and with the other states that participate in Winter Carnival, and then we go to their country or their state, and the Balkans, the royal family participate in their festivals. He gave us the greatest year. It was such a great year, a great experience with all the things he introduced us to, that my entire crew and I agreed that we wouldn't become Volcanus Rex, the Fire King, because we couldn't do as good a job as Tommy, and we feel that we let our guys down. And he was Mr. Pat one year, and he's very involved in the Mr. Pat organization.
That's the St. Patrick's Day.
Yes. And now he has again made history by being the first Mr. Pat and the first Mr. Fire King to become the Prime Minister and Royal Family for the upcoming 2026 year.
Oh, wow.
And I tell you, that Royal Family, when they become a member of that and they find out they have Tommy Barrett as their prime, they will realize as the year goes on, being a much better experience because of Tommy Barrett and because of who the Boreas King is than they would have if it had been somebody else. It's just because of the connections they have, the people they know, and how they love to meet them and reacquaint with them when you go to their cities or you go to their state. So it's Tommy's retired now, so
Really? Because I see him everywhere.
He's
working harder than
Yeah.
most working people that I know.
he's been on the go. It's just so.
And if
shout
you're
to-
out there listening,
Yeah.
and this is all confusing to you,
Yeah.
join the club, because coming from the Minneapolis side of the river over here, I had to learn about all this stuff. I'm still learning, but they have a lot of fun over here in St. Paul and in Ramsey County with the Winter Carnival and St. Patrick's Day, and they know how to live.
They have some great festivals here, and it's hats off to the Heritage Foundation that owns the St. Paul Winter Carnival. They do a lot of great work with their director in the background, put a lot of effort together. They work with businesses that recognize that the Winter Carnival brings people to St. Paul. It brings in income. It helps the tax base. There was a time where the city of St. Paul actually helped fund some of the costs of the Winter Carnival. It's kind of reversed now. They charge us for everything we do.
Yeah.
We're going to be at Rice Park and have a beautiful ice sculpture. They want to get paid for putting the parking ramps up. And
Did I mention the fraud
yeah,
video? Oh, wait a second. Never mind. That's unrelated.
totally unrelated.
It's the it's funny because a lot of our local governments used to really be focused on providing a livable, fun environment, and but
It's coming your way.
but now there's so much money that's wasted on fraud and abuse and stuff that they pinch pennies on this stuff that.
And you hear this number, $1 billion. It's hard to relate to that. I mean,
So
it really
I
is.
watched part of that video.
Checking for Central Squads able to check
The U.S.
address
attorney,
of suicidal female
the outgoing U.S. attorney mentions that, to put it in perspective, 1 million seconds is 3 days. 1 billion is 32 years.
Wow.
What's this person doing?
Yeah, that kind of opens your eyes to thinking of the things that could have been done with that kind of money.
Oh, I mean,
That's
the-
needed.
The people who, it's just sad. There's so many people that need it, and money that was supposed to be for stabilized housing, for people who are disabled, for autistic children and their families, is being funneled into people's pockets and into their families, and into a lot of ways into criminal organizations. So
Yeah, it was just when you look at the wide breadth of fraud. I mean, every program they look at, there's fraud,
yeah,
and it's well, you got to watch the show. They do. I don't want to simplify how thorough the investigation that Channel 5 did, and how they clearly leave you with an understanding of how big the fraud is,
yeah.
and how it happened, and what could or could not happen to stop it in the future.
Well, and the sad part is they just it was just the tip of the iceberg that they were able to talk about. And I mean,
And didn't the U.S. attorney say, well, it's $1 billion we know about, but it's billions that we can't get after?
right, it's these aren't the brightest people in the world that are doing it, but it's so easy to do, that because there is no preventative measures being done to vet organizations who are charging for this stuff, and a lack of oversight, and really the auditors from the state have been detailing all this stuff for years, and nothing's been done. I don't know. I'm depressing us now. Let's talk about something happy.
So I'm going to put a happy twist to it.
Okay.
This is why we have a free press. This is why the Constitution of the United States First Amendment is so critical to this great country. Is you have the ability for press reporters to come out, good reporters,
Yeah.
newspapers, reporters, television stations that are credible, that are ethical, will go after these stories and expose what the majority of citizens haven't seen to make this a better country. And as important as an elected official is to have a good reporter with good ethics. If you have a crooked politician, he'll do a lot of damage. Just like a crooked or biased reporter can do damage by failing to report or identifying factual information to educate the public so they can make sure that they hold people accountable. And that's my hat off to KSTP. You know, Stan Hubbard's family has done just a really good job of telling the facts and not worrying about the politics of it.
Well, and I'll be honest, I hadn't seen it last night. And this morning, the sheriff asked me if I'd seen it. And I told him, in all honesty, I don't really watch the local news anymore because they don't report the news. It's a bunch of feel-good stuff or just surface stuff. But I watched it, is that the job that they did, how thorough they were, and you know what? It made me say, hey, maybe I should keep an eye on them. So KSTP.com, watch the fraud video. So here's let's come up. There's always next year for the Vikings. I don't know if there's a next year for the Twins. I don't know
Everybody stand by. We'll get to
Yeah, I think
when all your players leave and are now on pennant winning teams.
Westbound for 1700 EOT.
yeah, it's you know, it's kind of my kids. My youngest kid, God bless him, is 37 years old.
You are old.
157.
Yeah, and because that means
157.
he doesn't remember a Minnesota team winning a World Series.
Oh, yeah.
159.
You know, 87 and what, 91?
Yeah.
158.
The year you were a cop.
Now, wait a second. The Lynx.
I said World Series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay,
we were
yeah,
talking
because the
Twins.
Lynx won the championship,
Yeah.
I think, 2 or 3 years in a row.
If it wasn't for the Lynx, there'd be no championships brought to Minnesota.
Right. Yeah.
On the sports thing. We have
231.
some great individual champions, skiers, wrestlers,
232.
swimmers, and without
233.
saying,
Champion cops.
without saying.
Yeah.
So you started out at the airport, right?
Yeah. Airport community service officer, directing traffic, writing parking tickets, assisting travelers, all kinds. So on my shift, there were several people that went on to be great police leaders. Madeira Arredondo
Oh yeah.
was on my shift.
Just for EOT 331.
He was the chief of Minneapolis. Mark Redding,
337.
who was a St. Paul commander.
345.
Yeah, we had
354.
several of us.
356.
Well, I've had
A few that maybe weren't the stars
yeah.
of the couple went to prison, but that's a separate issue.
And I always remind people when they get a little focused on, oh, you got this cop who did this, you got this cop who did that.
Have a good
And I point out to them, you do know it's cops that put the investigation together to prosecute bad cops.
Right.
Nobody is more frustrated, more offended by a dirty cop than the good cops that are 99.99% of guys wearing a badge. and
Right.
gals.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, we put our lives in each other's hands every day. And if we find out there's some guy who's abusing people, ripping things off. It's disgusting, and it stains all of us.
You know what just popped in my head? The women's professional team won the championship too. The Frost.
Whoa,
Or
that's
is
the
it the
hockey team.
Frost?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And the women Gopher hockey team has won, I don't know how many times. Of course, you know, it's the women got to show up us guys all the time.
That's why you get it. Well, I won't go into that.
But
So we're gonna be. This is Positive Monday. Joe Sutri has Positive Thursday. He ain't nothing compared to us. We have Positive Monday, starting the week out positive. Look, it's we got good rain today that helps the
grass, it'll be strong before the snow flies.
Yep,
and,
the trees are getting good
and
moisture.
then it'll, that way when the weather turns nice in May,
Yeah.
we'll be able to enjoy.
But if
some
you're a
grass.
snowmobiler or a downhill skier, you should be very excited. This year's supposed to be a lot of snow. We have a weak La Nina, they say,
Yeah.
which should equate a lot of snow. They have pointed out that the last decade it hasn't always been the rule. Sometimes it's a little less, sometimes it's warmer, sometimes it's colder. But rule of thumb is we should get a lot of snow this year.
You know what I saw in the news yesterday
No.
was there is a tropical storm in the Caribbean right now that may turn into a hurricane, and it may hit Florida.
Well,
So
I'm
we
telling
might
you,
have to go back down there.
there is nobody better experienced in handling hurricanes than the Ramsey County Sheriff's Department, which might surprise some people. But in 2005, when Katrina hit New Orleans, I was one of 23 Ramsey County deputies that headed down to New Orleans for 30 days to help their police department out while they tried to regroup and try to find the people that were stranded and or had died. Our water team had gone down a little bit before the rest of us went down. We went down with St. Paul, Bloomington, Minneapolis, and Ramsey County Sheriff's Office. Went down together, 23 officers in each group. Great experience, learned a lot, and you learn things in Minnesota that if there was a tornado or a bad blizzard storm or disaster up here, you learned very useful skills and techniques that you wouldn't have without that experience. And it was a great learning opportunity and broadened our ability to respond and keep our county safe.
I was with Minneapolis at the time, of course, and I was supposed to go down. We had developed strike teams and got them all equipped and ready to go, and I was supposed to go down there, but one of my lieutenants, Rick Otto Wagonfield, was from New Orleans.
Yep.
And he wanted to go down, and so he went instead of me, which was a great opportunity for both of us. So I sat back, and he went down and came back with a tremendous amount of advice on what we needed to do to prepare for a major disaster. And then when the bridge collapsed in 2007, we actually had all the equipment and the preparation and the training that we needed to respond. And he, I would say, was the one who was mainly responsible for us being prepared for that to happen. This car's really pushing it.
Yeah, I met him because of that trip. We hung around, talked. Great guy. Actually, he got us connected. New Orleans had at the time a SWAT team that was their job, and they had their own precinct. And they would come to work, and they would
Medicare running to 2,300. He's a legit-
There's about 50 of them.
50-year-old male.
when they'd come in for a shift,
Where you get his pay.
they'd go to the part of New Orleans that had the most homicides the day before if they didn't have SWAT stuff to do. They wore special uniforms. Their squad cars were uniquely marked. He was good friends with the captain of that unit.
Yeah.
And so he connected us with them, and through FEMA, we were assigned to work with the SWAT team for the 30 days we were down there. Yeah, great experience. And you're right, though. This is the genius of, and I don't say this because I work for him, but Bob Fletcher is smart enough to look at, say, if we go down there, we're going to learn and understand a major devastating situation that you hope never happens here. But now we have trained, experienced people like your friend that can come back and say, we need to be able to have this and that and get organized and do a little training. And we're much better prepared today for that. And you can't buy training like that. You just can't.
No, you can't. And sadly, Otto passed away the following year after the bridge collapse. He was one of the incident commanders for the bridge collapse. And I was one of them. Rob Allen was one. And who would rotate through and but he was instrumental also in our success during the 2008 Republican National Convention. What was I going to say? Something popped in my mind and it just flew right out.
Otto, the bridge.
The bridge,
you worked
Otto.
the bridge.
Oh, well, that's why I felt honored to be able to go down with the team that went down to Florida after the hurricanes last year, or I guess during.
Yeah, it was the prediction right up to the day it hit was so devastating. It was one of the first times I'm aware of that FEMA authorized people to respond before the hurricane actually hit, because it just never seemed to let up as it approached, and because of that, the sheriff and I and Joe Miller got there, and I lived through a hurricane. The eye of the hurricane went right over us, and I've been in a flood, I've been in a tornado, I've been in a blizzard, and I've been in severe thunderstorms, and now I've been through a hurricane. And fortunately, it didn't hit as bad as they thought it was. But it was bad enough that we needed to be there for a week to really help them get over the hump to start putting things back together. I mean, we were driving along, we were spotting for places that needed help that we should concentrate on the next day while the team was working on stuff. And we had to be real careful where we went because there wasn't a lot of gas in any of the gas stations. They emptied out from the evacuation.
I was there. Fortunately, I had stopped in Jacksonville, Gainesville, I can't remember, a couple hours north the night before to ride out the hurricane before I went down in, because I was meeting up with the team that was coming from North Carolina, from the other agencies. And anyway, but mostly when we were down there, we were clearing trees and clearing roads so people could get in and out, and people didn't have electricity, and but those experiences help you learn about what you need. I brought gas with me.
Oh, yeah.
So
I remember when you pulled in. I think it was probably the second day we were there, we got notified by the sheriff's office down there, hey, we have a fuel truck at this address. You can pull in the parking lot and they'll take care of you. And so we would pull into this fueling depot, in Tampa and fill up, and then we would head along the coast. People were just great people, very friendly, very glad to see you, very appreciative.
People were super nice.
Right, 360.
I got some pictures of us with some of the citizens that were happy.
You can probably cancel state
Some
control.
people were literally flooded into their neighborhoods, couldn't get out, and we brought some food to them and gave them enough electricity so that they could charge their phones and call loved ones.
Yeah. Maria wants to know when Jelly Joe is going to go live on in his own car.
Well, you know, have you ever watched Yogi Bear?
Yes.
Did he ever let Boo Boo drive his own car?
No, you took
I mean,
it.
Jelly Joe's like, you know, he's you gotta keep an eye on him. I don't know if he, I don't even know what he's driving now, but Jelly Joe is tremendous, smart, handsome young man, but we gotta keep an eye on him.
52 to 3.
Yeah,
We can't let him be out running around on his own.
You don't want him to get hurt. He's got a gold mine of intelligence information locked in his brain.
Well, part of the problem is he's so valuable.
Yeah.
Sitting at his desk and monitoring the radio and feeding info to us.
The cat guys will get on the radio and say, I got car such and such, just went by at a high rate of speed, I'm trying to catch up to it, and he'll go, oh, a car just like that, meets that color and model, was stolen this morning, here's the license plate number, and it's probably stolen by this person who lives here because of the area he's in, and he's got all that right off the tip
Yeah,
of his
and then you go there, and sure enough,
Yeah.
there's the car. But we'll let him know that he needs to get out. Maybe maybe he'll ride tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Today's totally happy Tuesday. Tomorrow's might be whiny Wednesday, though. I don't know. Hopefully the weather gets better.
Yeah. But, you know, let's be
You can
honest.
hear there's nothing going on the radio right now, by the way.
We have fair weather crooks, I think, here in this city.
Yeah, it's kind of sad and disappointing.
The nice thing about having been born and raised in Minnesota, which you moved in a little late, Mike. In
I
life.
did.
You got spoiled in California. Minnesotans have learned by the time they're 12 years old that we don't let the weather interfere with our fun because we don't get good weather a lot.
No. I'll say this is the first year that I've had all my stuff done to winterize, to be ready for the winter. Got the boat and dock out, got the grass mowed, worked with my awesome neighbor Tom Johnson. We got his boat out, and we had to shrink wrap the boats so that they can make it through the winter. Winterize them and shrink wrap them, and patched up some a grass spot in our front yard where the city took a tree out. That's a whole nother story, and we'll have to pull out. We got a bunch of flowers that are. I can never remember what's perennial and what's annual, but they're the ones you got to take out and throw away every year. You replant them, marigolds and stuff, because they die. But other than that, we're in good shape.
So the smartest man in the sheriff's office, who I know is listening right now.
Wait a sec, he's in the car right now, driving.
Well, he may be, because he's asking, when you mentioned you started in 1991, he wanted to know, did you mean 1891?
Oh, that's, yeah. That guy, yeah, he's definitely not the smartest man anymore. I'm going with, who was the one that Bob
message.
was saying was so smart the other day, and
Oh, yeah, we kinda-
wondered if
Yeah.
Kyle was going to get bumped from that title.
I don't remember. But you're right. I remember you're going to do something else.
It might have been 1891. Feels like it.
What's it you?
162.
We're just leaving Sunray Shopping Center right off 94 and McKnight in St. Paul,
Make sure you're at
Minnesota.
training. He'll log you on.
There goes the gold line, and there's 4 people in the bus.
Well,
That's four more people I've ever seen
Jeez.
on the
Yeah.
$500 million road they built between St. Paul and Woodbury.
Did I mention the fraud video that was on? And okay. Well, if you have a government job and
516.
in certain sectors, it's not called fraud. It's called appropriation, I think.
Corporation or waste or...
Michael Berkeley,
but
200
they're,
And I know they interviewed some politicians that supported it, and they said, basically, the citizens don't know. We're smarter. This is going to be really important, and we stand behind it, even though the ridership is drastically below what we even thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
We still want to support. Sometimes it's okay to say, all right, we made a mistake, like with the train. Right?
Right. It
they
just,
they
the
just said,
North
you know what?
Star Rail.
The
How
North
many
Star,
years did
we made a mistake. We spent a lot of money. It isn't working. We thought everybody would jump on it. Probably didn't talk to enough citizens, get enough input, and I give them credit for that. They tried something good and tried to help. They realized it's a mistake. They admitted it, and they shut it down, so they're not spending money down that hole anymore. And
Which
that's
is
okay.
good. How many years did that take?
Probably 12.
More than that, I think.
You think it's
I
that
think
long?
it was a little longer, but hopefully, you know,
2356 Gilman
There's
Avenue,
a lot
medical for
of
61-year-old female that fell.
need for public transit. And a lot of people rely on it to get to work, to get to school, to, go visit loved ones.
Yep, and
that,
shopping.
Yeah, that don't have cars or whatever.
Sir, East
But,
Line, this is 370, 1377 White Bear for
At some point, there's
you
how
wanna
many
put
different...
You want to put the resources where the need is.
Yeah, how many different modes of transportation do you need? I mean, really what they should do, if they were really progressive, is put a bike lane down the middle of
Oh,
the
sure.
gold
Get me
line
started on
here.
those now.
So that nobody could park
Is there a West Quadrant?
and nobody can patronize the businesses. And instead of 2 lanes of traffic, you get down to 1.
No parking.
I mean,
yeah.
I think, is that the bat phone?
That's the bathroom.
It's
Only us batty people have it.
yes. Oh, look at this lady's hair. Holy cow!
Copy.
That is
How
long and
do you
well
think it
braided.
would take to do that?
Well, we're northbound on White Bear Avenue from 94.
Oh, thanks. I keep forgetting to update us.
I know that a lot of my friends that watch Live on Pro, they love to be able to try to guess where we're at from the video. But every now and then you gotta throw it out there.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, we're on White Bear.
Sorry, which bus is it now?
Going northbound from 3rd Street.
3 seconds around. We can break these in time.
Yeah, we're
Jimmy's Food Market has been here ever since I can remember. My grandparents used to live right down the street here.
36 years. We'll just call back up.
This is a nice. This was a very strong blue-collar neighborhood in the 70s and prior to that. You had Amhoist, you had Whirlpool, you had the Burlington Northern and Northern Pacific Railroads, and all their workers. A lot of them all lived here for a long time, and the business culture changed in Minnesota, and those companies folded up their operations in Minnesota, and it devastated the east side of St. Paul. And it's starting to come back.
yeah. Well, I was gonna say there's still some great people and great businesses. Speaking of one, the Big Steer Meats right here.
Yeah, they're great.
531 and 535.
They donate beef sticks for outreach people to give to the homeless and others. So,
A good friend of mine's cousin owns it. He worked here for a while. And
oh,
he
really?
helped them do the expansion here and put on the addition.
Oh,
So some
I
of his
guess I
products-
never even noticed that was all part of the same.
Yeah, it used to be a house there, and they were getting contracts to supply grocery stores.
Oh,
And the Big Steer was looking to where to have it maybe go build a new facility, and they figured out, hey, the neighbor's house is for sale. Why don't we buy it, change the zoning, and just do an addition, and we can do it for less money and get more jobs in the area. So that's good. And then you got the Cherry Pit right here.
yeah.
327, 108, 2 blocks away.
Perfect. And the little oven counter,
Oh yeah, it's been there for
kitty
decades.
corner. It's nice.
So, when I started in the business, a crime would be committed, and you'd go talk to the victim. You say, did you get the license plate? Plate? No, it was an Iowa plate. No, it was a Minnesota plate, if they didn't actually get the numbers. Because the plates were very identifiable. Today, I think there's like 87 different styles of license plates you can get. What'd she say?
Here, I'm gonna quick. It's on channel 3, but I didn't see.
I don't see any 300 squads.
531, next year that comes, we don't need traffic control. Westbound from the intersection.
What am I doing here? Oh, I wanted to
Gave the address, requested police, says he's standing outside and was yelling, swearing, and
You
go
on
up
his
to the
angry and
500.
What's that?
531, code 4 here for
Oh, it was here. This is where it was an accident.
2 people.
It was the downtown
Oh,
beat
Wall Street.
coppers, but they're on
6, yeah.
wall.
I think that's right where you come off 94 on the 6th Street. That's Wall.
Yeah. Yep.
The next block down.
Right by the Speedway,
Yeah, yeah.
formerly Super America. Probably something else. Getting some stuff done before we came live today, but the sheriff and the Rev we're gonna go live and talk about donations for clothing and stuff to the homeless. I think they did.
They did.
And
I saw some of it.
so that should be the video just on Live on Patrol, and I'm sure they gave out the info for how to do that. We're getting ready for winter, and a lot of our homeless folks need coats and blankets and socks.
Yeah, Inspector Mike Whistler and the Rev were on.
Oh, good. So they were on.
Yeah.
I heard they were going to, but I
I got computer live on get those today. You got to go through them, and then
know.
yeah, it's a lot of.
Well, it's good to know that the whistle dog was on video too.
Yeah, he coordinates a lot of the homeless activities. That it's not something, the sheriff's office is to protect and serve, and when we see other areas aren't being covered for the homeless, we're not going to let people freeze to death out there. So we will help get them to shelter. We work hard to try to get shelters in place. County manager works really hard to get shelters in place. The city of St. Paul has shut down some, I think, this year. There's no reason for anyone to freeze to death in 2025 Minnesota.
No, absolutely none.
531, can you add 2 dates for me when you're ready?
And I think even with all the efforts that we
This
had,
one is
last year, there was
Golf
still
Romeo
one.
Yankee Papa Hotel, Oscar, November. The other one's Julian Tango Tango.
It's still that
042.
accident.
Yeah.
I copy both.
The giant skeleton. Scary.
I do like people who decorate for the seasons. Christmas is my
Yeah.
favorite, obviously. It puts you in such a great mood. I've got 8 grandchildren from the age of 3 months to 20 years old.
Pretty something.
I'm smart. Mothers know best. And so I just hand the money to the mothers and say, get them whatever they need, whatever they want, and at least one of the presidents throw my name on it, but call me and tell me which one it is. So
Yeah, so that I know.
Yeah.
I'm not into that one.
yeah, I just
So they want money, or there's something that they want that, they can't afford. So, it's not like you can just run and grab something for them. Plus, I'm not about to buy clothing for them because, I won't buy the right stuff.
yeah. Oh. Oh, clear. So we're on what, Minnehaha and 7th intersection?
Yeah, and we're gonna go eastbound on 7th.
Okay.
I don't know. This is St. Paul. Could be east, could be south, could be north. You never know in St. Paul.
Now, I didn't say this, but I'm quoting Governor Jesse Ventura. Once you come to St. Paul, you realize that the drunken Irish laid out the city's streets.
It's true.
I grew up here, so
I can
You
say
just
that,
learn.
right? Because I'm part Irish.
yeah, I'm 100% Irish. And you look at these things, and you go to. When I remember when I was on the state fugitive unit, I started going over to Minneapolis because when you're born in St. Paul, you don't go to Minneapolis. And when you're born in Minneapolis, you don't go to St. Paul.
No.
So I had a buddy who came up from Kansas to go to college at St. Thomas. And he told me one day he's in the dorms and he walks in and he goes, hey, we should get going. There's a lot going on. And his buddy goes, there's nothing happening in St. Paul today. He goes, no, there's this Aquatennial thing going on. He goes, well, that's Minneapolis. We don't go over there. And he was shocked to find out kids from Minneapolis didn't cross over and vice versa. So when I went up to Minneapolis to hunt some of these fugitives, I was impressed with, if you were at 36 and Bloomington, that meant the addresses were in the 3600s there.
Yeah. And the next block was 3700 block of Bloomington.
Numerically laid out, it's alphabetically laid out with the presidents.
Yeah.
And I was so impressed with that because in St. Paul, you can be at 7th and 6th Street and it's the 1900 block.
It makes
no sense.
Absolutely no sense.
And
now,
this is,
the sheriff, though,
I was gonna
will
say,
tell you.
It blows me away. The sheriff will tell you, a call will come out and he'll know exactly where it is. He's memorized the numbering system of the blocks and knows exactly where they start, and I'm impressed with that recall. I've been with the Ramsey County Sheriff's Department 16 years now, between the first time I was here and the second time, and I still use my CAD map to get me quickly to a call.
Yeah. Yeah, it's way confusing. I'm used to that. Hey, if you go to 5th and Minnehaha, the next corner should be 6th and Minnehaha. It's not.
Callers requested
Yeah.
picking up his belongings. He'll be waiting
So
in the vehicle
I'm
at
gonna.
Taco Bill. He's working
Some people have asked if the guy that yelled at Bob on Friday night has come in yet. No, he has not. Surprise, surprise. And obviously, his story made no sense, and his timing made no sense. The sheriff couldn't have and wouldn't have done that. So, you know, all I could say is bless his little heart. So,
well, it's starting to creep up to daylight savings time clock switch. Was that the first weekend in November?
can't remember.
360 McKay 106.
Check with my brain here on
360, your case number is 194301.
We are on our final approach here. Not much going on, so we're gonna call it a day. There will be live on patrol tomorrow. The CAT team goes out on Wednesdays, so I don't know who's gonna be going out, but they have a potpourri of great cops and cat and gun that go out, and then of course the normal Friday. If you haven't yet, go on Facebook and follow the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office page on there, and you will get additional content. Did you find out the
November 5, Vauxhall Falls.
I get to sleep another hour?
You do.
Okay.
You do.
All right. Is that at what day of the week? Saturday?
That's Sunday.
Sunday. Oh, yeah, it's Sunday, so it's
So you
after.
go to bed Saturday night and you get to sleep an extra hour Sunday morning.
Sweet.
Now, I was listening to a comedian say that it's always difficult to pick a time to break up because it'll be like, oh, it was 6 months before my birthday that jerk broke up with me, right?
Right.
And he made the comment, one girl even complained, you broke up with me on daylight savings time when we had an extra hour just so I had an extra hour to cry about the breakup. He said it much funnier than I did. I'm a cop, not a comedian.
No, that's good. All right. Well, thanks for sticking with us today. We really appreciate it. Sorry we didn't have much action today, but that's
That's a good thing.
It's a good thing. Everybody's happy and getting along well and hugging each other in St. Paul and Ramsey County, except for the troopers.
Except for the
seem to
troopers,
be
we got three
They
of them.
seem to be booking people today, so I don't know what's going on.
So let me remind you, with that point, before we sign off, obey the speed limits. I'm watching people drive absolutely horrible, 70, 80 miles an hour in a 55. Remember the speed limits. Speed kills. You got to slow it down. It's getting ridiculous out there.
Yes. All right. Thanks for watching. Be kind to each other, and go on and follow the Ramsey County Sheriff.